It's Madden NFL 23, and today's clash of conferences is just moments away. It's the Houston Texans and the Green Bay Packers, and it's coming up next on EA Sports.
There's a look at one of the most iconic sports venues in the lower 48, built back in 1957 under the title of City Stadium. We are at Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one between the Houston Texans and the Green Bay Packers. Hi again, everyone. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. With me, as always, Charles Davis. And, Charles, we look at a matchup like this. It's really the running backs that may take center stage here today.
And in today's football, they're still valuable, not just as runners, but guys who can catch the ball as well. It's really the number of touches that determines things these days.
Mason Crosby of the Packers has it teed up, and off we go from Lambeau. This will be fielded inside the 5. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. As the Texans offense runs out, we get a peek at the man under center. Second-year quarterback Davis Mills out of Stanford.
I think when we really analyze the 2021 NFL season, Houston Texans quarterback Davis Mills, he deserves a lot more credit than he got for leading a bad team last season. Circumstances led the third-round rookie to being thrown in as the team starter, and he really came on after some early struggles. 4 300-yard games from him, and he led Houston to a big upset of the Chargers to help keep L.A. out of the playoffs.
And he'll get this just across the 25-yard line.
Not a lot of running room there, not a place to make a cut and kind of exit out because they had everything bottled up. Looked to me like the linemen were taking on their blocks really well and giving up no creases.
Ball at the 26, 2nd and 7. And Pierce gets it again on 2nd down. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9.
Well, it's almost football 101 that you preach to your safeties. Don't let anyone get behind you. You're the last line of defense. But he didn't let the play come to him. He went to the play. How about that read and recognition and finishing off that one behind the line of scrimmage?
On 3rd down, here's Mills. He'll get this into the hands of Nico Collins. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
All right, let's just go ahead and walk through this one pretty easily, right? Blast off the line of scrimmage, get downfield to a certain point, usually around 8 to 10 yards, turn around and make sure the quarterback sees your numbers and set yourself up for the pass.
A well-executed curl route by Charles Davis. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. First and 10, it's Pierce. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field of the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
From the 44, Mills. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 41-yard line. 15 yards there on the catch and run.
For many teams, the evaluation of tight ends has really changed. We used to wonder about how they would block first and foremost. Now we want to know how these guys can run, because we envision them in offenses catch the ball. How much yardage can they gain after that?
And that on display there for a good pickup. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41. A first down throw for Mills. Philip Dorsett hauls it in. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. Here's 2nd and a yard. They will run for the first time with Rex Burkhead. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
Well, I would have figured after the 9-yard run on the previous play, getting 1 more yard wouldn't have been much of a problem. But apparently it was, and now it's 3rd down.
8th play of this opening drive coming up. This is 3rd down. Pierce will try to pick it up. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. Nothing doing on 2nd and 3rd down after that 9-yard gain on 1st.
Sometimes it's a danger putting that jumbo set out there. You just get a lot of bodies massed in one location. You could wind up with 18, 20, maybe even all 22 in the box, and there's nowhere to run the football.
Now the short yardage man, Burkhead. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration. So the drive stays alive after the 4th down conversion. 1st and 10 inside the 30. Pierce takes it straight ahead. Great footwork, but still wrangled down before reaching the 20. Just one left, 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. If these kinds of lanes are available, you have to feel like he's going to have a pretty big game on the ground.
Yeah, you can tell early on he's got a little burst in his step, and that's a big pickup right there on 1st down.
8 yards the tally on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Mills going to keep it on the option right. And a couple of yards as they move it from the 21 to the 19. How about this opening drive? Play number 12 now. This is 3rd down. On 3rd down, here's Pierce. And he's going to have a 1st down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. Had a chance to maybe limit them to 3 if they could have gotten that stop there, but a new set of downs.
And with a new set of downs, you got to take the mentality of the whole thing. Right now, everyone's looking at the offense and saying they've got the advantage. The best defenses just say, okay, new set of downs. It gives us another chance to make a play ourselves and maybe change things up.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, a give to Burkhead. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line. On second down, here's Pierce. Now he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
And let's see, the Packers defensively 6 DBs, so a dime look on 3rd.
Could play coverage or bring pressure.
Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
And we're going to see this offense try and spread the field a little bit and utilize the outside 3rd of the field, especially against man coverage. But that time, the defense was up to the task, forcing the incompletion.
Mills to the sideline, and out now is Kaimi Fairbairn for the Houston field goal try. This from 32 yards away. The kick by Fairbairn is good, and it's now 3-0 Texans. And all in all, a pretty decent opening drive, Charles. Pretty balanced. They had the passing game going and the rushing attack, too.
I would think they have to be happy with that start because you get your ground game going, which means your offensive line and your runners are pretty happy, and then you get your aerial attack going as well, so your quarterback and receivers have smiles on their faces. Now both up to speed, awaiting their next possessions for this game. They can't wait to get started again.
Fairbairn now following the made field goal. He'll send this one away. The drive will start at the 25-yard line here as Rodgers will not return it. Leading the Packers offense out here, the same man who has been doing so since 2008. That's the great Aaron Rodgers.
Even as he nears age 40, Aaron Rodgers' game isn't taking a single backward step. He became only the 4th player to win back-to-back MVP awards and led Green Bay to its 3rd straight 13-win season. He avoids turnovers better than anyone in football at the quarterback position, and Green Bay, they are always a front runner with him under center.
And Watson has it right side. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. He was unable to shake free there. They'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
Now, I'm not putting him in the Hall of Fame, but if you look at the great linebackers in history, they all have that ability to innately sense where a play is going, sometimes even before the ball snapped, and they're there and end up making the play.
Ball at the 24 and a 2nd and 11. Throwing is Rodgers. Toward the sideline, and I think the ball's out, and the Texans scoop it.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
So now we get set to see Houston for their 2nd drive of the ball game. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. Following the fumble recovery, Mills. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
I'll give them credit winning that first snap and forcing an incompletion. They're hoping that'll deflate the offense a little bit after they took the field charged up after taking over after a turnover.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. To throw, Mills. He'll fire one end zone for Cooks. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
A couple of quick incompletions, and now they're just one more away from getting off the field. They've got options now. Could they dial up a blitz here or just drop everyone into coverage to crowd the throwing lanes?
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. He's letting it fly for Cooks. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
thought that was a completed pass until he came in and forced the ball from his hands. Not only did he make a nice play, he brings up 4th down.
Mills to the sideline, and out now is Kaimi Fairbairn for the Houston field goal try. That's leaking to the right, and he missed it by a foot or two. It's no good, and that will keep this a 3-point game.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
The Packers offense here coming back out for their second drive. They fumbled the last time they had the football. Fortunate that it only led to a field goal. 3-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. Now it's Rodgers. That's taken in by Watson. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
2nd and 2 is plenty of time for a little bit of a gamble. Open up the playbook, go play action, tie something very deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down. Keep the sticks moving.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Not a great start dropping his first target, but let's face it, it won't be his last chance because he'll get opportunities to make up for that one throughout this game.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Here's Rodgers. Setting up the screen here, Aaron Jones. That helps the completion percentage, but not much else, and now it's 3rd and 10.
So many screen passes are the result of excellent acting by everyone, but sometimes the guy who's getting the ball tips the play off. The running back, because he's eager to get the pass, and sometimes he doesn't act very well about whether he's going to block or leak out or whatever, and I think that they saw that, and that's why they're able to get to him on it.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Back for the 2nd quarter in Green Bay. It's the Packers in possession of the football as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. Throwing now is Rodgers. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Desmond King picks it, and the Texans are going to take possession of the football. Certainly not his best throw that time, and not a good time to make it, Charles, when they were a nickel with 5 defensive backs on the field.
And that's exactly why you have those 5 DBs out there. You want extra speed on the field, guys who have ball skills and understand what the passing game can do, and gives them a chance to react and make a play on the football, and they take one of those away.
Pierce now up the middle. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Rasul Douglas there to get him down.
Some teams like to start aggressive to begin a drive, but this is still what you expect to see in normal situations. Just call a simple run, get a few yards to begin the series, and set yourself up for something bigger on 2nd down.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Here's Mills. That's complete to his running back, Burkhead. They'll wind up getting just a yard. And 3rd and 8 now. Mills. That's caught. It's now a loose football. The ball comes out, and the Packers pick it up. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. These defenses have become so opportunistic, and no matter what you're playing, in this case, wide receiver, you got to be careful.
Certainly do, because there is a phrase in today's football that we use all the time: completing the process of the catch. Well, it's after you do that where the trouble begins, right? Meaning you've tucked it away, you're trying to get downfield, but someone's always coming up trying to rake at the ball and knock it free.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. On second down, it's Jones. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
2 minutes gone by, second quarter. Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. He's got the hookup with Dobbs. And he's going to have the Packers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
Play action. Now it's Rodgers. That's going to be caught downfield by Lazard. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. 23 yards, the final tally.
Lazard just keeps improving season by season, and he's become a favorite of quarterback Aaron Rodgers. This year needs to be his biggest jump yet, because the Packers need someone to step up and replace Devontae Adams. Looked a little bit like Adams on that catch, moving the sticks.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now Rodgers.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked up by Steven Nelson.
And the Texans are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
First and 10 now for Mills and the Texans.
At the 20.
Mills to throw it.
Looking left side, that's caught by Moore. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. 1st down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards.
Throwing, Mills.
Over the middle, complete. It's Pierce. 2 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Mills now. He's got the connection to Moore.
So 8 yards on the completion there, and that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. That time they hit him out of the slot on the drag.
And that route takes some fortitude from the guy running it because he knows he's going through the briar patch, as I like to call it, right? He's trying to work his way through all that traffic, and people are wanting to put a little contact on him. Really well done.
And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And then the next part, they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. Two first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10.
Now a handoff for Pierce. And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40.
A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans. There are times on carries like that where he looks a little bit older than his rookie status.
How many times have we talked when we've gone out to dinner about how precocious these youngsters are that come into the NFL now? They play at a higher level at a younger age. The stars aren't quite in their eyes as much as it used to be, huh?
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Looking to throw is Mills.
Being chased out, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Rashawn Gary that time fighting free and getting to the quarterback.
John Gary is a player who's gotten better and better in each of his 3 NFL seasons. And last year, his biggest jump yet with 9.5 sacks and a couple of forced fumbles.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go.
On the slant, here's Collins. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
They need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on 3rd down.
Now Mills.
And that will be incomplete.
Sometimes the game is pretty simple. Put a few extra defensive backs on the field, give them nowhere to throw the football, force the incompletion, and get off the field on 3rd down.
Mills to the sideline, and out now is Kaimi Fairbairn for the Houston field goal try.
And quite a bit of pizza in this box. It's a 53-yard attempt. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short, no good, and that will keep this a 3-point game.
NFL kickers nowadays, they make things look so easy because normally from this range, about 2 out of 3. And this is not an easy kick.
Yeah, 20 years ago, you get where he was in that 50 range, maybe a little over. And it's a big kick, but now we just, if they leave it short, you're like, whoa, what happened? And that's what we have here.
Yeah, you're right. 20 years ago, we were saying run some more plays and get closer. Now we think they're definitely within range, and you're exactly right. When it comes up short, there has to be something that went wrong because they have plenty of leg.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
The defender certainly didn't forget about him leaking out of the backfield. There's a guy ready and waiting to pick him up in coverage, and that throw had no shot.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. To throw is Rodgers. And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time.
A nightmare of a first half for him, and that's now 3 interceptions. But Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go in the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. Back to throw. Mills. And incomplete. A drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Partner, this is almost an unwinnable spot for a defense. They have to come right out for a 1st and goal trying to stop them. But let me hold on a second. Let me take that back real quick. They can win here if they force a field goal try. Still a long ways away from that happening, but that has to be what they're thinking right now.
A 2nd down run for Burkhead. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop. Ball right around the 5 here, brings up 3rd.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play. Either side they pick, throwing it, running it, it won't be easy.
3rd and goal, Mills. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
I know we're just in the 2nd quarter and there's a ways to go in this game, but that's a 2nd drop. I'm wondering if that's a little bit of an alarm bell for them when they start calling plays on the offensive side of the ball.
His eyes already looking upfield on that last one before he brought it in.
Mills to the sideline, and out now is Kaimi Fairbairn for the Houston field goal try.
From the left hash, a chip shot here. The kick by Fairbairn is good. And they're able to double their lead in this first half. It's 6-0.
So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
Fairbairn now, following the made field goal, he'll send this one away.
This one fielded at the 5. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Rodgers going to throw.
That one into the hands of Watkins downfield.
And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35.
24 yards the gain there. Another 1st down as well.
That's a nice catch there. Remember, he had the fumble earlier. No way he was giving up the ball in that situation. Secured it tight to his body and picks up the 1st down.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Throwing is Rodgers. And one more time, that's Watkins.
And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Rodgers. And this is caught by Watkins. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Could we get a touchdown in this first half after all? It's 1st and 10. Into the red zone. It's Rodgers. he wisely will throw that one away.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. And again, it's Rodgers.
Slant route, he's got Dobbs.
Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1.
A kicker fest so far, all points via field goals. They're hoping to change that right here.
Here's Rodgers to throw. Caught on the slant. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive.
He kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
Second and goal from the 1. Here's Rodgers. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown.
Robert Tonyan
From a yard out.
And the Packers are an extra point away from moving out in front in the final minute of the half.
We've been together a few years, and you know that I really ride the wave of old momentum, don't I?
Yes, you do.
There is a heck of a difference between being down 6 and possibly being up 1. And right now, they've got that opportunity.
No doubt. That is a big-time score and a big-time swing in momentum.
Extra point up and good by Crosby. And they take the lead here at 7-6. After the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away.
From the 6. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. And the Texans going to get the football one final time here in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Eight yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple.
Working out of the gun, Mills. A quick throw, knocked away, and incomplete.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field, it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch it. Doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2.
Here's Mills.
Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Moore. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter.
Playmaker, step up right now.
Final play of the half, Mills. He's going to take a shot at the end zone. Why not? And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So a very tight first half. We had to break in a one-point game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Back to you guys in a bit. But first, we welcome everyone to our EA Sports Halftime Report. First order of business, though. Let's get a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for Houston. And they were able to have a little bit of success on the ground. The question will be, will they stick with it? Or will they be throwing more to try and regain this lead? Meanwhile, for the Packers, you get a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And whatever they've done, it's worked, as they have the lead through 2 quarters of play.
Okay, Coach, yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. So it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the third quarter. This taken in at the goal line. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. Number 12 back out there. Aaron and his Packer teammates set to begin their drive. And Charles' last drive really sharp as ever. 6 of 7, only the 1 miss and the touchdown pass as well. So clicking.
I would have to think, Brandon, that on the bench, in between series, they went over that last drive and figured out, okay, this is why it's working. They're reading the defense as well. The game plan is kicking in. The blocking's going the way that they want it to. And now they're trying to figure out how do we carry it forward as we start this next drive. I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss. And they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. And this will be a Packers first down as he's got this up to about the 34-yard line.
The duo of Aaron Jones and A.J. Dillon split the work in Green Bay last season. Jones was still his excellent self with almost 1,400 all-purpose yards and 10 touchdowns. He even moved into the all-time top 5 for the Pack in rushing. No small feat with that franchise's history.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now it's Rodgers. He's got Tunyon complete over the middle. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
Couple of first downs on the drive already as they'll go from the 47 now on first down. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure you're back. You spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
From just shy of midfield, Rodgers got a man. That's Lazard. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 28. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
Rodgers' throw brought in by Watson. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. Possibly a good spot here to take a shot as they come out with 3 receivers to the left on second and less than a yard. Now Rodgers. And it's a fumble. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like where you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. You probably talked about this training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
On the counter, here's Jones. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. To throw, it's Rodgers. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down.
Well, it looked like a quick hitter, a 3-step drop, but when it's not there, what do? He elects to try and escape through the massive bodies up the middle, and he does so and picks up positive yardage.
From the gun on 3rd down, Rodgers. Touchdown, Packers! Sammy Watkins from 8 yards out.
And the Packers take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Well, on that connection, it looked like they maybe had some pre-play communication. Maybe one of them noticed an area that was open to the defense to get the pass to.
When you put the time in, sometimes you have that great silent communication that you just noticed right there, because the best quarterback-receiver combos in the NFL, they know how to make those adjustments at the line of scrimmage when they see something pre-play, and they got it done there.
Crosby connects on the extra point, and the lead is up to 8. After the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away.
This fielded right at the goal line. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
So here's the Texans offense now. They get set to start this 3rd quarter.
First and 10 now for Mills and the Texans.
At their own 17-yard line.
A 1st down throw for Mills.
That's complete to his running back, Burkhead. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it's 2nd down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 21-yard line.
Throwing, Mills.
He finds his tight end, Howard. That's complete.
And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
For a tight end, he's got good straight line speed, and on that route, he's often the guy that gets overlooked. Nice job there of finding him in stride for really good yardage.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Mills to throw it. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44.
Out of bounds at the 44-yard line. It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard.
To throw again on 2nd down. Mills. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
First down, Houston.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Play fake. Mills. Swings this one out wide for Pierce. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. So the completion good for 7 there. And now we've got a 3rd and 4. And they'll throw again. Here's Mills. And this one goes incomplete. A first misfire there after 6 straight completions. And it leads to 4th down.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot, and that will keep the lead at 8.
And this is a commentary on today's kickers and just how good they are that a coach would think about running his guy out there to try a 59-yarder. Here it backfires on him, but as a kicker, you have to appreciate the confidence that they showed in you.
Aaron Rodgers, he's getting ready to go again here on offense. And the numbers for the last drive, and he was perfect, which maybe isn't surprising because he has not missed a pass in this game yet.
And it lets you know just how precise things have to be for a quarterback to be perfect, because that means the line's blocking really well, no one's dropping any of the passes thrown to them, and the quarterback is accurate. It's almost like a pitcher throwing a no-hitter or a perfect game, isn't it? He's the principal guy, but he needs a lot of help.
Time to find out if he can keep that perfect game going here, partner. Green Bay, Wisconsin is the spot. 3rd quarter inside Lambeau. Glad you're with us. 2nd and 10. And meanwhile, Rodgers' throw taken in by Watkins here. And a tackle going to be made at the 38.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do, because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot that they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the cheese, right? Don't go for the mousetrap. But it's hard to do because when you see a guy cutting that in that direction, you tend to go towards him.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Rodgers now to throw. He's going to launch this deep for Watson. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there. It'll be 3rd down.
This has certainly been a physical game so far. Limited scoring opportunities for both sides. And there's another chance that goes unfulfilled.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. To throw is Rodgers.
That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass.
The frustration evident there because he couldn't find anyone on 3rd down, and he left no doubt that he was throwing that one away.
And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good. And this will stay a 1-score game as the lead holds at 8. Was a kicker from that distance, 56, 57 yards. So many things you got to worry about. But I am a little surprised he didn't get it there.
Yeah, with the way kickers are nowadays, we're surprised anything under 65 that it doesn't get at least to the crossbar. But remember this. You have to drive it a little bit lower in order to make that distance, and you also have to be worried about the interior rush that they can get their hands on it. So that's why those stronger kickers nowadays who can pop it up in the air and still travel and carry it, that's who you're looking for.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Yeah, that wasn't a big run, just a short one there. But guess what? Sometimes you treat it like boxing. You throw that jab out there, and you throw it again, then you come with a big punch later. Maybe they're just trying to set them up.
On play action, Mills.
And that one not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this 3rd quarter of play. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we play 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
That was well defended. They clamped down on every available receiver. Just got to give the win to the defense on that snap.
Here's Cameron Johnston now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. That one sails out of bounds. The side judge will walk it off. And he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game. But this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football. Because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
A run on 1st down, but it's not going to get him much. Maybe a yard, and that's all. A tight game like this, such a tough spot for the offense to be in. Even though they have the lead, Charles, back up so close to their goal line, they got to protect the football.
And that's when you have to take care of your team with play calling as well. Not a lot of misdirection, not a lot of counters, not a lot of plays where you have extra ball handling. Get it right to the hands of your running back, tell him to take care of the ball, and try and move forward.
And he's taken down, but able to get this up to the 20-yard line.
Rodgers finding Watson for the Packer first.
Nothing flashy there, the slant to the slot.
All the frustration for the defensive guys, because it's a quick play, and you know it's going to be a bang-bang play in terms of the throw and the catch, and then he's able to absorb the contact to complete it.
Up the middle, Jones. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
From the 24, Rodgers. And this is caught by Watkins. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. That'll put him at 95 receiving yards now as he's got a first down.
And these guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the fourth quarter.
A pair of first downs gives him a 1st and 10 up at the 44. Rodgers going to throw. This one swung out here to Jones. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a 4.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. That's the reason why. Well, we just saw shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup if someone's trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those too.
And Watson has it right side. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
That was impressive to me because while it was a pass play, they still rallied to the football like they were filling running lanes, and they were able to put the receiver on the ground.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. They'll try and run for the first with Dillon.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
Trailing in the 4th, this close of a game, that's a penalty you just can't afford.
It's an absolute killer, and it's one that drives coaches and teammates insane.
Now it's 1st and 10, a big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Rodgers to throw once more. A throw complete to the tight end, Tunyon. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
An inside give to Jones. And they'll get this down to the 10. 59 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there. And on that play, I saw defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Throwing is Rodgers. And Jones has it over the middle. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. It'll go as a gain of 4. And that's going to bring up 2nd down. Now Rodgers. He'll find Jones again, complete. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Short completion, just 4 yards. And now that sets up 3rd and 2. Now a play fake. Rodgers. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Mercedes Lewis. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Packers go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points. No surprise there. 3rd and goal down here. That's where they're going to look for their tight end.
Yeah, you want that big guy running his routes because it doesn't matter who they cover him with. If it's another big guy, he might use his bulk against him. If it's a shorter defender, he might go over the top. Either way, you tend to find a little bit of a mismatch in that area.
Crosby with the extra point, and the lead is up to 15 now. Touchdown. Here's Crosby to kick it away. And Smith chooses not to return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. And the football going back over now to the Houston Texans. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. Mills now looks to throw on 1st down. Cooks on the quick slant. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 1st down yardage on the first play of the drive, give him 14. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
It's showtime, baby. This is where you step up. Let's focus in on it.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now Mills. That's going to be complete on the sideline, but, you know, that throw left him no room to run, and the good footwork nearly all for naught. So the completion good for just 3. And that will bring up 2nd down. 4th quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the 2nd touchdown. You got the 1st one for the 2nd one to even matter.
Mills throw complete there to Moore. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
Good yardage on the completion there, and when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Again, it's Mills. Forced out to his left. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest gain we've seen on a scramble, but still some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Mills. They dial up the screen here to Burkhead. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. 3rd and 7 now.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is. Here on third. Throwing the out route, incomplete. It's Collins. And the tackle going to be made at the 41 as they stop him a few yards short of the first. So give them 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And it'll be fourth down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Here we go on fourth down. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on fourth down. Good spot on the field to go for it. Kind of no man's land, as they call it, and it worked out.
Yeah, they call it no man's land because your punter is telling you it's too short. I'm just going to punt it into the end zone. Your field goal kicker might give you a little raised eyebrow, might be too far for the field goal, so it gives you a great chance to go for it. Personally, if you have those tendencies to be aggressive as a head coach, you kind of like this spot because it gives you the decision to go ahead and go for it when you want to anyway.
So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. To throw again on second down. Mills escaping the pressure right. And that almost their first INT of the ballgame. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely four-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the first down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
On third down, here's Mills. He's going to look deep for more. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a first down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
Mills, fourth down, gotta have it. He's letting it fly for Cooks. And this is caught. Touchdown. Brandon Cooks, 36 yards. And the Texans' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed. But if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively there, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right. And if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know,
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. Amari Rodgers to return it from his end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Packers ready to take over offensively. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. They'll try and run some clock now with Jones. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Jones. 81 yards. And the Packers use the big play to extend their fourth quarter lead. That's a pretty quick response to that last touchdown drive. It seemed like they may be giving up momentum. Not so fast.
No, not at all, because they ended up pushing the lead up once again, and you're exactly right. Thought momentum might have been shifting. Instead, they grabbed old Mo, didn't let him get to the opposite sideline.
Now Crosby for the point after. And the lead is up to 15 now. It only took him 2 plays there to find the end zone. The last one, the long run, getting him in for 6 points. Touchdown. Here's Crosby to kick it away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. So here's Mills and the Texans. Down by 15. Under a minute 20 to go. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on first down. On 1st and 10, Mills. He'll get this complete to Collins. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down. At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need 2 of them.
And if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm not just looking at my dagger plays downfield. I'm looking at some of my specials, something that can fool them and give you a big play now.
With a sense of urgency.
No doubt.
He's going to let it fly. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Mills to throw it. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Now the focus is really clear. They need to get that first down and either get out of bounds or maybe use one of those timeouts.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Looking to throw is Mills. And he's got a man. It's the tight end Howard, complete. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 40. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Mills again. He's letting it fly for Cooks. And this is incomplete. Oh, he had 6 points right in his hands but could not hang on.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Mills. And he finds Howard, complete. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. Play number 7 coming on this drive. It's 3rd and inches. They go play action. Mills. And that will be
incomplete with the clock down now to 13 seconds.
And now defensively in the 2-minute drill, the big key to me, make sure you understand your assignments, and anytime you get a chance to tackle someone in bounds, get them on the ground.
Mills to throw for it on 4th.
He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Packers D comes up with a big stop.
Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
And Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said, hey, ton of pressure on, but we're the type of team that can flat out handle it. They stood up with confidence, and made it happen for a victory.